So I just finished watching Daredevil Born again. Wow, what a ride. I have to say I really enjoyed it. Maybe it was a tad shorter than I would have expected. It wasn't the Netflix Daredevil, but I wasn't expecting it to be. I mean, it would have been brilliant if it was, but Daredevil Born Again feels a tad special in its own right. I think when I watched the first episode, I had to pause the episode when Foggy dies. Like, it was heartbreaking. We waited years for Daredevil to come back in his own TV series, and you kill off Foggy. Foggy! Like, why? I always loved the chemistry Foggy and Matt had on screen. He was the human conscience to Matt, telling him that being a vigilante will only get him killed, and it will leave Foggy without his best friend. Seriously, rewatch season 1 of Daredevil, where Foggy and Matt are just alone in Matt's apartment arguing. It's so raw in its writing.
You really think that anyone would believe that I didn't know what you were doing? That Karen didn't know?
The city needs me in that mask, Foggy.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it does. But I don't. I only never needed my friend.
Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So Foggy gets shot by Bullseye, and Matt pushes Poindexter off a roof, which was brutal. Especially that little smirk and tap on the shoulder when Matt pleads to him why. That was so awesome. But then Matt says, let gravity decide his fate. Yeet! I think what is haunting about this scene is watching Karen's reaction when she hears a body thud behind her. Because of the horror on her face, not wanting to turn around. Is it Matt who fell splat on the ground, fearing of losing her two best friends in one night? Or the idea Matt would finally snap and push Bullseye off that roof? A brilliant and haunting start. And Matt lets go of his helmet as it falls dramatically, and we hit the new opening theme and ident of the series. And it's certainly fitting, a crumbled and shattered Daredevil statue that slowly begins to mend itself. I like that the first thing we see is the horn that broke off in the Bullseye fight, something we will see a lot through the series. So the story then takes place 1 year after that night. I kept expecting to see Foggy, to be alive, but no, he's gone. Matt has a law firm now, trying to move on from his Daredevil days, trying to be a lawyer to help people. I've seen a lot of complaints from people that we don't see Matt be Daredevil, but I personally feel like that slow, gradual build-up to him finally donning the suit again and throwing punches. I like that in the series we get to see Matt, be a lawyer, go on dates. But in the background we see that chaos unfold. Those moments where that slow focus zoom into Matt's ear when we hear something. I like that from a sound design standpoint, that the world around him becomes muffled while his focus in hearing blocks out everything out but the sound he wants to hear. And that brings me to the cinematography. My god, I love it. The colour schemes are like art. That deep red for symbolising Matt as Daredevil. That powerful blue to capture Bullseye's view of the possible chaos the open world around him can bring. And the cold white to symbolise Fisk's fake morale standing. Or whatever. That's what I think it stands for. I'm not a professor of film, though I do have an undergraduate degree in film. And I can tell you, it means nothing. Like, there is a shot in episode 8 where Matt gets shot, and that deep red pulled out across the floor as Matt is lying there on the ground. It's just chef's kiss. But it's also the fact that the camera angle is like tilted to give that kind of like raw essence of him being in the between of life and death. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not going to go into like major details about the whole story, but there is an episode that is mainly filler for the series, and it's when Matt is held hostage at a bank, or rather, Matt makes himself a hostage. And I love the whole episode. You've got the dialogue between him and the assistant bank manager, and I love the moment where he's showing Matt, forgetting he's blind, a Funko Pop doll of his daughter, Miss Marvel. It's cute and funny.
This is her, right here. A custom-designed Funko in her honor. Oh yeah, well, you can't see. But it's her.
Is that right?
The moment where Matt willingly gives up his place to leave the bank for someone else is very nice. It could be because he doesn't want a woman and a man who are together to be split apart, but also because Matt wants to find out why this bank is being robbed. I like the back and forth dialogue between the hostage negotiator and the lead robber. Also, upon my second rewatch, I completely missed that he is the man from an early episode that hijacks a truck and has both passengers killed. I think the reason why I missed a lot of the details is because streaming programs seem to set their audio super low. I believe it's because all streaming services think everyone has a surround sound setup, which is dumb, and then you get bloody deafened when an ad comes on, because again, why shouldn't it just deafen you? Daredevil Born Again is brought to you by Call of Duty Warzone at like ridiculous levels. Anyway, right back on track. I do feel that TV should have more filler episodes. It's something we are missing. Maybe it's just me, but I used to enjoy that 23 episode structure of TV. Some TV series like Deep Space Nine and Frasier never felt like they had filler episodes. Every episode felt like they built up the character in the series. Now we just seem to be squishing TV series more and more. Soon enough, we will get a TV series with only 3 episodes a season. Have we become lazy in our needs? Or was it TV studios trying to cut back on writers? Like TV series were the perfect way for writers to go up in the world, to make their mark on the industry. That's why we had 23 episodes in a series. It gave writers a chance to prove themselves. I don't know, it just bothers me. Netflix Daredevil had 13 episode structure, and honestly I think it worked out very well for the series. I feel like cutting that extra 10 episodes shows just how much writing jobs have been slashed over the years. Also, the rumours of writing jobs being replaced by AI better not be true, because this is just truly insulting. Again, we need filler episodes. I don't mean throwaway episodes that add nothing to the character development, but filler episodes that focus on character development. Please, I beg of you, TV studios, start hiring writers that have the experience and are ready to create new and interesting stories to the world of TV. Anyway, I like the depth and the feeling in an episode where Matt and Frank Castle are shouting at one another, and you can see just Matt break that calm, composed exterior, get torn away when Frank forces Matt to say Foggy's name.
It's not about him. Just say his name. It's not about him. It's not about him.
Ah, for Christ's sake, say his name! Say his name, you coward! Say his name! It's not about him! You hate yourself. He's eating you up because you ain't done a goddamn thing about it.
Oh, God damn it. God damn you. Sorry. I apologize.
What are you sorry for? First honest thing you did, Red.
It's not about him.
No.
Okay.
Seriously, can we just give Charlie Cox his Golden Globe already? I thought Netflix Daredevil was powerful, but my goodness, it was beautiful to watch them on screen. Also, did you know that in the scene where Frank is talking about his wife and kids to Matt in season 2 of Daredevil at the graveyard, that Charlie was sweating profusely from his suit and the mildness of the night? And we see in the scene a tear go down Matt's face. That was actually sweat, but it works so well, because on screen it looked like even Matt feels empathy and sadness for a man who has lost everything. I love that build up in in season 2 from arguing about the rights and wrongs of being a vigilante on a rooftop to now at a graveyard where the defences of Frank have completely dropped, telling the heartfelt story of the day he met his kids when he got back from deployment.
In an instant, she's across that classroom floor. She's in my arms. She's squeezing me so tight, I swear I was gonna bust a rib, you know? I just stay there like that, we're holding each other. Teacher, she's filming the whole thing on her phone, you know? She's gonna put it on YouTube, some shit. She can't hold the thing steady because, you know, she's bawling so hard, and kids are all wailing, you know? They're screaming at me shit. I'm the worst of all. I'm a rubber-faced clown, you know? Cried so hard.
Also, if you're hoping for a structured video, I doubt it. I just write my mind to the page and hope for the best. Anyway, I really enjoyed Daredevil Born again. It certainly wasn't Netflix Daredevil in raw character development, but it has its own charms. I like we get to see firsthand Matt's superpowers, his speed and reflexes, and his hearing and senses. One criticism I will have is the final episode when Frank and Matt are fighting against the anti-vigilante task force. I hated the slow motion. Though very artistic and glorified in Frank's violence, I really wish we had normal speed fight. I think it would have flowed better. But maybe that's the point. Both the Punisher and Daredevil are reliving their glory days of fighting against bad guys. But again, I would have preferred the scene at a normal pace. I feel like it would have flowed better, but that's just my opinion. Right, I've ranted enough. I enjoyed the series for its artistic take on Daredevil. Maybe you will like it, maybe you won't. But what I would say is go into the series with an open mind and maybe give it a second watch, because again, there were things I missed in the first watch because of the streaming service setting the movie and TV settings super low compared to ads that are just discombobulating. Anyway, I'm the Rising Fawn. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please feel free to drop me a like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Until then, have a lovely day and good night.